Good morning, everybody. It's your boy D Mac. So let's go ahead and talk. I'd like to welcome the congregation, everybody, those that are up bright and early this morning. They said the early bird gets the worm. So let's start crack a lacking. All right, so y'all see the title. Let's go ahead and talk about this a little bit because this is about to get touchy. And warning, if you have been sexually assaulted or you're a recovering victim from sexual assault, some of the things I'm talking about in this episode might be triggering. So I'm going to let you know up front that you can turn this off if you want to before I even get started and go there. Okay, so now that that's clear and done, Ashley Judd, Drew Carey, Roseanne Barr. These are three names that we know very well from the entertainment industry, and over the years, they've given us a lot of Ashley Judd's given us good music. Roseanne Barr and Drew Carey, they've given us good comedic efforts and stuff like that. The thing that ties these three actresses together is being molested by a parent. Yeah, that's kind of hard right there. Well, I'm not gonna say all of them was molested by a parent, but all of them were victims of. Well, yeah, they were victims of incest. So they were molested by a parent or a close family member. And this is what I wanted to talk about because, I just read a story about Jim Jones, and Jim Jones said that his mom taught him how to tongue kiss with her mouth on his mouth. And then I look back about a month ago, I believe it's a month or more ago, where Kodak Black was at a party and he was groping his mom. I mean, like she was some thought. And he's sitting there just groping his mom like it's okay. And then he came out to reveal that his father left his mother for his god sister, and this caused his mother to go through a downward spiral as far as her self-esteem and how she felt about herself. And Kodak said that he did those types of things to his mom to make her feel better about herself. But my question was always, why would he feel like that's his job to take on as a son? And one thing that I see, I don't know who else see this, but this is something that I see, is that a lot of these rappers' moms see their sons as a boyfriend more than they see them as their son, because their son. Just think about it. Think about what I'm saying now. I'm not saying that all of these rappers' moms are out here sleeping with their sons. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that there's a unhealthy dynamic between rappers and their moms, especially if they're single moms and they're younger moms. So you take these young rappers, they're out here and they making all of this money now, and they're able to give their mom everything that she wants. And this is what these moms be looking for in the men that they be with, but the men that they be with, let's be honest, don't amount up to that much a lot of the times. And so they don't look on that man with respect. Well, once their son starts to make it in the music industry and actually look up and hit it big, now he's taking care of mom and he's doing all of those things for mom that a boyfriend or a husband does. And that mom starts to develop a codependency on her son as she would a boyfriend or a husband. And that's very unhealthy. It's very unhealthy. I see this thing, and Kodak Black and Jim Jones just reinforces that. What type of relationship is that to have, and how does that affect their relationships outside of their family? Because that's a boundary issue. Whenever you don't have any boundaries with your mother or your father on a sexual relationship or an intimacy tip, that is totally inappropriate, and that's going to warp the perception of a child who's in this sexual relationship with their parent. when I do my studies on serial killers and stuff like that, a lot of them are victims of incestual molestation, and it warps them. It deprives them of being able to have a relationship or a healthy image of a relationship because of the way that they've been violated by somebody who they're supposed to be able to give all of their trust to, and that's a parent. Excuse me, all this cold. Got the sniffles and stuff, but anyway, yeah. So this is causing these unorthodox um well, not parallels, it's causing these unorthodox situations in these people's lives, and these women are looking at their sons as they would look at a boyfriend or a husband. Because if you look at it, their rapper son who's successful, he's young, he's taking care of her, all of those things. You know how the ladies who will carry a certain mindset, not all women, but those hood chicks carry that mindset of they want this Fendi bag, they want this person, they want that boss dude that's gonna go and do all of those things for them. They want that street nigga. And these are the older women I'm talking about in their 40s and 50s who still have that mentality. And so when you have these mothers that are that age and they have these young sons that are making it in music, these women begin to fantasize and romanticize their sons and put their sons in the place of what a husband or a boyfriend should be. And these sons, they feel obligated to take care of their mother because they've seen their mothers go through so many struggles or go through so many bad relationships with men. And in their mind, hey, I'm taking care of my mama. But we all know that a lot of boys are already codependent upon their mother from the rip because dad's not there, and the only thing that they have to cling on to is mom. And so this codependency, if not if it's not guided and steered correctly, can easily turn into inappropriate intimate relationships between parent and child. And so we have to look at a lot of these young male rappers and their relationships with their moms, particularly NBA Youngboy. We see the NBA Youngboy's relationship with his mom is not that good. For his mom to get on social media and put her son on blast for having a sexually transmitted disease is it's crazy. It's outrageous. That's not in the character of what we've always known as a mother. A mother has always been a protector of her child. A mother has always been one who, no matter what, everybody else in the world can be calling him a serial killer and a murderer, but that mother will say, that's my baby. And so when we have mothers who are losing that type of love and guidance for their child, if your mom don't love you like that, who does? Who else? And so you see why this young man is so messed up right now. You see why this man is trying to find something in other things. He's looking in makeup now. He's looking at exploring all of these different things to try to find something to fill that void in him because his mother can't do it. That's hard, man. That's hard. And that dude is going to live a perpetual life of depression because he has nobody who's really there for him. And when started to make it in the rap game, him and his mother began to fall out. And I can pretty much guess why. Because he wasn't giving her what she felt she deserved. I'm your mother. I had you. I did this. I did that. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be here. And laying that guilt trip on him and making him feel like he's obligated to what everything that he has, she has to have access to it. And when this young man said, no, it ain't going like that, now you got a mom who's on social media trying to destroy the character of her own child. Those sound like the actions a of a jilted lover who's trying to get payback on the man who did her wrong. Those are not the actions of a mother and a son. And so inappropriate relationships between these mothers and their young successful rapper sons needs a spotlight shined on it. Needs a magnifying glass placed on it, because these things can be the potential pedophile situations that we are letting slip through the cracks that have never been addressed. And these young men don't see nothing wrong with it because they've been in this position all their lives with these women in their life. It's same thing in the dope game. We see guys who go out into the world and they choose to become drug dealers and they become successful at it, and their mothers will change their whole tune. You know, they'll say that they don't want their kids to do this and that, but every action within them does not point towards that, because they accept the money, they accept the jewels and all of the stuff that their sons showered them with. But on the other hand, they'll still try to save face by saying, you know, I don't condone what you do, but kids is going to do what they going to do. And all you can do is just guide them and tell them to do. No, 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 no. That's a cop out, because you don't want that money flow to stop. And you like the fact that your son have made it successful in some area, even though it's an area that can cost him his life and that can cost him his freedom. A lot of mamas be like, oh, well, at least he's successful at something. A lot of these bums out here is just bums at everything. At least my son's successful at something, you know, and they won't say that out loud, but we very well know that this is what they're thinking because of the actions that come behind them. So I just want people to just keep a close eye on these rappers and their moms and those relationships, because a lot of them are starting to go down that pedophile path. And I was talking the other day about the teachers and stuff that will get into the school system to sleep with these young boys, and they're pedophiles just like the ones out here who are creeping around stalking women. So when we have that and we see this starting to become prevalent, and knowing that pedophilia is the agenda that is being pushed onto our children and onto society right now, we definitely have to tighten up. We have to protect our children. We have to explain to them these situations when they happen. When Jim Jones says something like that, we need to talk to our kids about that to see where their mind is on that topic, because they may just be thinking about stuff like that, but they're too scared to ask. They're too embarrassed to ask. But not asking the question is the only dumb question. The only dumb, I was always told that the only dumb question is the one you're afraid to ask. And so we need to ask these questions. Man, you good, man? What's up with this between you and your mom, bro? I ain't trying to be crazy enough, but I see we have to be brave. And if we really care about our friends and we care about the people in our circle, we can't be scared to ask these questions, man. And so, yeah, just keep an eye on these cats, man. The Jim Joneses and the NBA Young Boys and the Kevin Gateses, all of these guys who have been through something that is a little bit more than what they're saying. And I salute Kevin Gates for coming out and saying what took place with him, because the same thing happened to me when I was a kid. And I know that was one of the hardest things for me to put my voice to. But and I know the issues that these things can cause in the life of a young man. So when we see these young rappers out here and they're having these relationship issues and they can't have a healthy relationship, let's look back to the parenting and see what their relationship with their mom is like. Because a lot of these guys, their moms is looking at them like they their girlfriend. Their moms is looking at them like, yeah, that's my man. And any female that comes around their son, that mom is vicious. Check it out. I'm just saying, check it out. Talk to some of these rappers' girlfriends and see how their relationship is with that rapper's mom. That's what you can do, and that'll tell a story in itself. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it on that. This was a hot little 15 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and get out. Y'all get y'all day started, man. Much love. This your boy D Mac. You know what I say? Sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out.